Hey, good morning, everybody. It's day 21 for me in my quest to do 30 burpees for 30 consecutive days. And I thought I'd wear my Spartan Race medal from Citi Field. There we go. As a tribute to Spartan Race for getting me off my butt and exercising in the morning. So let's get to it.
Right. So you were born in after this song came out.
Yep, the later 80s.
The later 80s. So there's no way you could have known
3,
this, and that
2,
is why I
1, go.
Max, you bring the case, even though there is no question at first read that you are the criminal. You, Andy is claiming, Andy is slandering your character by going around town. And what town do you live in, guys?
Madison, Wisconsin.
2.
Going around Madison, Wisconsin, claiming that you, Max, are rude to waiters and waitresses and servers in bars. Tell me what's going on, Max.
3.
That is exactly what he's doing, running my good name through the mud, Judge. Yeah, like every time, like sometimes when we're at the industry that these people are in,
4.
which I respect.
These people, right? These people. Ugh, these people.
I'm sorry that some of these people, some people.
Go on. These people work in an industry where they do not deserve basic human dignity. Is that what you were going to say?
No. I won't phrase it exactly like that. But either way, they work in an industry where it's their job to provide good customer service to customers. I'm always trying to, a good waiter or bartender will frequently check up on their customers and try not to be ignored. Like if someone has
7.
an empty drink at a bar, they should kind of notice and say, "Hey, would you like a refill?" I shouldn't have to flag them down. But sometimes when it gets to that point, where it's like, "Wow, I need a refill here," or "Hey, where's our?"
I appreciate that you're immediately on the defense. but you should a polite gentleman should have nothing to apologize for. Because you're not wrong. There are times
9.
when you require some attention in a bar or a restaurant. And are we talking about bars or restaurant mostly here, Andy?
Both. We are talking about each. Instance, I guess typically bars.
You answered my question. Yep. Stand by, please.
10.
Sure.
Look, I will have order. There are times in bars and restaurants both when you require a little attention, and there are some techniques for catching the waiter or waitress's eye. Well, let's just say waiter. Let's just say there was a time in the go-go politically correct 1990s when we were all supposed to start saying waitron. But I hope you don't mind if I gender splice it and refer to waiters or waitresses. Is that all right? Or service personnel? So
Sure.
Max,
Can we please use Waitron specifically for cyborg waiter and waitresses?
that's fine.
Thank you.
That's perfectly reasonable. I don't want to forget our
13.
fellow citizens in the singularity. But Max, how do you get a waitron's attention?
Well, I guess my typical technique to start off with is if I see someone walking by and she's and I haven't noticed him or her.
14.
Like going by doing something else, or what if you're just wash dishes.
Here's the halfway point.
Put my hand up
15.
over there and say, "Hey, excuse me."
Here we go.
It'll be see which Andy just finds hysterical.
All right, Andy,
It's a tone issue.
So how does he? Andy, give me your impression of how Max says. Excuse me, when he says it.
Okay, he says it leaned over the bar with a hand oftentimes very far in the air. He'd snap if he could, I'm concerned. Pretty sure. But he says, "Excuse me? Excuse me? Excuse me?" And then he garners the attention of the perhaps bartender that is helping maybe somebody else with a couple drinks. Or perhaps tending to something with his back turned.
Oh, I see. Now, Andy, do I detect an accent in your voice of some kind? I'm catching a little Higgins or Thurston Howell III. What's going on? You're bringing me right back to my Yale days.
16.
So what accounts for your accent if you were to say?
This is digging in my chips. We're going to put it in the bag.
I think it's college. I grew up in Milwaukee and transferred my way all the way to Madison. That's a big trip.
That was 16. This is 17.
That is a Milwaukee accent if I've ever heard one, sir.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, well, people tend to start putting on airs once they hit Madison.
17.
Pardon me, but I am from Milwaukee, and this does not comport to my standards.
Exactly.
So, no, but I don't mean to make fun of the way you talk, sir. I mean, I guess I did mean to because I was, but seriously, so you're from Milwaukee, and you moved to Madison to go to the university there?
Yep, correct. We've known each other since 5th grade.
So yeah, since Andy and I met when I actually
19.
spent the first 10 years of my life living in Charleston, South Carolina, then moved up to the Milwaukee area when I was 10, where I met Andy in the 5th grade. We've been good friends ever
Were
since.
you in the same fraternity?
Neither of us are in fraternities, actually, which is the
Alright,
best
now it's
part.
coming off.
We are just caretakers, curators of fraternities.
Yeah, it's way different.
Andy, you work at a real estate firm that manages fraternity houses and other student housing, is that correct?
That is correct.
And that is your profession?
20.
Yes.
more.
Yes, indeed. This is what I'm doing with my life.
Okay, that's what you get money for, right?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I mean, obviously you've got a lot of other, you've got a lot of other hobbies.
Naturally.
You've got some sartorial eccentricities that I can tell you're champing at the bit to talk about, and
21.
and you've got a love of language, but you're paid to do this real estate stuff for the time being, right?
This is the case, yes.
And you have recruited from childhood
22.
your friend Max, your ill-mannered friend Max, and you sent him into these fraternities as a mole, as a spy. Do they know
not
that
a
he works
spy,
for
really.
you?
Yes, they're well aware. He's not very well disguised.
No, they know I'm there.
It's not like he's hiding in a
23.
secret chamber in the house. He's not like Gary Busey and Hyder in the house at Tom Sharpling.
I am somewhat secluded in the top floor, to truth be told, in the penthouse, as I call it. They know I'm there.
Right, and so it's your
They're not very
job
threatened.
to, if you observe
24.
through the eye holes of the paintings on the wall, hazing that goes a little bit beyond the norm or some undue behavior, untoward behavior, you try to cap on.
And that's not even...
25.
That's technically above my pay grade. I'm not around to really enforce that.
So what is your job exactly? To soak up the vomit and blood with a big sponge, and then crawl up to the attic and fall asleep under a thin blanket while shuddering at the humanity that you have witnessed?
26.
I've seen some things, Your Honor.
All right.
I've seen some things.
Andy, is Max your employee, or are you just are you colleagues?
Technically, he would be an employee, but since we are such good friends, he gets jumped right up to the colleague status, if you will.
All right, that's fine. But you have an interest in making sure that he is being a good role model for the young monsters who live in this frat, and that he treats other humans with respect and dignity. Is that not correct?
That is true. That is correct, and he's proved fairly functional in that regard, because they're likely just not members of the wait staff.
So, what other infractions has Max
One more.
guilty of? This is your moment to jut your chin out above your ascot and say "j'accuse," but specifically with regard to handling of wait staff and bar staff. Aside from leaning over the bar and obnoxiously yelling
30.
"Excuse me, excuse me, excuse me," over and over again to someone who has their back turned to him and is busy. Is there anything else that you need to draw attention to that Max has done wrong?
Sure. He has garnered us
Day
some
21
questionable service
is
while
done.
we were eating food for taking the bartender
Maybe planning on
away
wearing
from
that
other
Spartan
people
medal
at a barbecue
for
restaurant
the
that
last
we were
back
at.
half
And then
or
we
back
proceeded to
third.
get poor service through
Wasn't a
our
great
back
idea.
end. Who knows
It was
what
digging in
happened.
right here. Very
He's
painful.
also, kind of confronted waitresses that are
Stay
carrying
committed, guys.
empty plates
Keep on going.
back. They might not even
30 is
be
not that big of a
waitresses,
number.
and then ask them for,
See you tomorrow on day 22.
any
Bye.
condiment